I'm Melissa, one of the lead interior designers at Madison Taylor. Today is an exciting day for me. I get to see the completely finished interior of an amazing cottage we did in Muskoka. This vacation home is nestled in Brackenrig Bay on Lake Rosseau. The client had a great relationship with the builder already, but they brought us in to help with the design. One of the challenges we faced with this design was that the husband and wife clients had slightly different styles. He was more contemporary and she really wanted it to feel like a cozy cottage. So the challenge for us on the design side was to bridge that gap because those can often be two very different spaces. To make sure that she was happy with the coziness and warmth of the space that she was after, we brought in lots of natural materials and rustic features. Front and center in the great room is a beautiful wood-burning fireplace with a timber surround and a stone hearth and then natural stone cladding. For the ceiling above the great room and the kitchen, the architecture team and I collaborated on designing some structural fir timbers and then a natural wood ceiling beyond that. These fir timbers were such a critical element of this design. They really bring the warmth and coziness to the space, and they're definitely one of my favorite features. We used a ton of natural stone in this space to really achieve that rustic, cottagey vibe, not only on the wood-burning fireplace, but also as a full feature wall in the kitchen, flowing into the bright, airy dining room, and then in the Muskoka room as well. We designed the kitchen to have a modern, clean hood and crisp white backsplash recessed into that stone wall. One thing I love about all the stone is the rustic heirloom vibe that it brings in, and it also perfectly contrasts all the more contemporary elements. Once we had that cottage style established in our design, we juxtaposed that with the more contemporary elements that he was after. One of the elements that we used all over this cottage was lots of white shiplap to keep it clean and bright, contrasted with the black frame windows and doors. Within the design constraints that we had, we were given some freedom to get creative. We used a real variety of light fixture styles and techniques in the space, uplighting on the top of the beams in the great room to create a really cozy feel. We had some more contemporary fixtures in the kitchen and the dining room, and more classic traditional wall sconces in the hallway. We were able to create some really eye-catching spaces, like the banquette right off the kitchen. We used a custom green upholstery fabric that has a bit of a vintage feel. Separating it from the dining room is windows so that it feels like a separate space, but you still get the full view to the lake. We were able to get super creative with the tile selections in this cottage with some different tile patterns and colors. Another really interesting space in this cottage is the bar/pantry. We designed this to be a little bit more dramatic and moody. We went with a darker color on the cabinetry, a bold granite on the countertops and up the backsplash that mimic a traditional Muskoka granite. Even though we have a lot of unique subspaces, it was also important to create a cohesive feel throughout. One of the ways we did this was mimicking the great room ceiling with the timbers and the shiplap into a smaller scaled version in the hallway that leads to all the bedrooms. It was over 2 years ago that this project first came across my desk. I was meeting with the clients and establishing the vision that they wanted, and so to be here seeing it complete is really satisfying. Design really is about overcoming obstacles, and to have two clients with different design styles both be really happy in the end, that's a win for us.